lines, we have Dino De Leon, a public interest and human rights lawyer. He's also trustee of the Human Rights and People Empowerment Center Incorporated. Welcome to The Big Story, attorney.
Good evening, Cez, and to all our listeners and viewers.
First, your reaction at what's happening at the Senate. Is this an insidious plan para hindi matuloy ang impeachment trial ni VP Sara?
Well, nakakarimarim, no? Kung yun yung kung ang tanong anong nararamdaman natin, nakakarimarim if kung meron pang mas malakas doon, actually yung nakakapandiri siguro yung nangyayari, no? And hindi kailangan natin tingnan yung buong political context bago tayo mag-pass ng judgment. And ang malinaw dun sa political context and the chain of events ay nung nagbobotohan na ang Kamara para maiakyat overwhelmingly yung vote para doon sa impeachment trial, biglang nag-change ng Senate leadership, pumasok si Bato de la Rosa. So sa akin, malinaw yan eh. This is connected with the impeachment trial at nasa track record na rin ni Alan Peter Cayetano na pagkapapalitan siya sa Senate leadership, kapit tuko siya dun sa pwesto. If you would recall, nung nagkaroon sila ng gulo nung panahon nung nagkakaroon pa ng power struggles between him and Velasco, Speaker Velasco, he even went up to the extent of convening yung supposed majority and supporters niya sa Celebrity Plaza at kinuha nila yung Senate, yung House seal, no? Para lang hindi magkaroon ng session. So, Alan Peter Cayetano has the track record of hijacking the entire institution for his political and personal purposes. Kapit tukuyan sa kapangyarihan kahit anong mangyari.
So all the moves leading to the beginning of the impeachment trial are being made. There are dates, there is submission of evidence, etc. But are we being misled here? Is there something going on beneath all these actions that seem to indicate that it will start?
Well, show yan tsaka smokescreen, no? Pero tandaan natin, Ses, na ang napaka-importante, napaka-crucial ng presiding officer pagdating sa any impeachment trial, no? Nakita natin yan sa panahon ng impeachment trial ni Joseph Estrada, napakagaling, napakahusay, no? At patas ni Chief Justice Hilario Davide. Nung panahon ng impeachment ni Corona, ganun din, no? Yung kay Chief Justice Davide, kaya nagkaganon is because pinigilan yung pagbubukas ng ebidensya against the advice, di ba? Kita naman natin sa facial expression tsaka sa advice ni Chief Justice Hilario Davide. Bumoto yung institusyon kaya nagalit yung taong bayan. Nung kay Chief Justice Corona, napakalinaw na nung simula mas maraming mga senator judges ang hindi inclined para mag-convict. Right. Pero nung lumabas yung ebidensya, kailangan nila i-convict. What's the point, no? Ang laki ng kapangyarihan ng presiding officer para mag-suppress ng ebidensya. So, sana hindi ito smokescreen. Wala namang choice ang Senado kasi fourth win nga nakalagay sa Constitution. Hindi na nakakuha ng relief from the Supreme Court. So, matutuloy na talaga ito. Ang question though is, would they be fair in allowing pieces of evidence to be open, no? At crucial dyan yung presiding officer. Kaya gustong-gusto nila na dapat si Alan Peter Cayetano. Kasi alam naman natin na siya yung kayang makipagbalitaktakan dyan, no? In fact, right now, napaka-unconventional na yung Senate President, di nagpe-preside. Iba nagpe-preside para siya yung kayang makipagbalitaktakan to twist reasoning. Kasi kita mo hindi kumukurap si Alan Peter Cayetano kahit na hindi na logical at hindi na legally sound yung kanyang reasoning. Basta lang ma-railroad yung proseso, basta lang ma-forward yung kanyang point of view, no? So I think yun ang plano kahit na anong mangyari, mas maganda kung siya yung presiding officer to prevent the introduction of evidence and to suppress as much evidence as possible para hindi mapilitan na bumoto sila for conviction eventually.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is the real reason why, sorry to use the term, kapit tuko sa Senate presidency.
Yan yung sa aking palagay. Apart from the fact na ganoon talaga si Alan Peter, di ba? Napaka-importante sa kanyang nasa poder. Kasi saan naman na paglalagyan ni Alan Peter Cayetano after kung umalis siya sa gobyerno, di ba? Very limited ang practice, di ba? Very limited rin naman ang kanyang background. So talagang kinakailangan niya and he will do whatever it takes to remain in power and to at least as much as possible hanggang kaya yung pinakamataas na poder ng kapangyarihan. No? So it's also because of his personal ambition, his personal selfish interests, apart from the fact that the majority, especially yung mga affiliated at yung mga loyalists ni Rodrigo Duterte, they will do whatever it takes to prevent the impeachment of or the conviction of Sara Duterte. May nagsabi na rin naman natin, hindi naman lingid sa ating kaalaman. May nagsasabi nga ng senador na kahit sunugin siya, mag-aamoy Duterte pa rin siya. No? So yun talaga yung political context ng ito. Kaya nga rin namin nilaunch yung Bantay Senado kasi alam namin na talagang susubukan lang pigilan yung napakalinaw na ebidensya, no, nung House proceedings na kailangan talagang maisa publiko at matest yung credibility doon sa Senado. Kasi even Sara Duterte has the right to confront these witnesses and pieces of evidence. Ang tanong lang is, willing ba siyang gawin yun? Kasi nakikita ko na naman kanina sa answer niya, pinapadismiss niya instead of confronting the veracity of these pieces of evidence and testimonies.
And does the majority have the numbers to dismiss?
Well, alam mo, ngayon 11-11 kasi sila, 'di ba? Ang kailangan mo lang talaga kahit na absent yung dalawa is 16 kasi ang nakalagay sa konstitusyon sa ligang batas natin is 2/3 of the Senate, no? Not only those who are in attendance. So, ang tanong is makakakuha ba tayo ng 16? Sa aking palagay, kung malinaw yung ebidensya, magmumukha kasi silang katawa-tawa at magagalit na naman yung taong bayan. Nakita na natin siya and let's not test the patience of the public, no? Magalit na ang publiko dahil binababoy ang institusyon ng Senado, binababoy yung accountability, ninanakaw ang ating pera sa flood control, maawa naman tayo, di ba, dun sa mga biktima ng flood control, ng korupsyon. And then, again, ang ipaprioritize na naman ay yung pag-prevent ng ebidensya. So, magagalit talaga ang taong bayan at alam nila yon. Nangyari na yan nung panahon ni Chief Justice Corona, nangyari na kay panahon ni Erap Estrada na we went to the streets. That was my first ever political awakening. I was in grade 7, but I vividly remember that I was in EDSA 2, because people were angry and the mobilization then was through texts pa lang, no? So hindi malayo na kung nakita ng taong bayan ebidensya at i-acquit pa rin nila, talagang magbabayad sila sa taong bayan. So they don't have any other choice once the evidence is there. So the key for them is to prevent the introduction of that evidence na magmumukha pa rin silang reasonable.
Exactly. They may just outright dismiss even before you present the evidence. You are counsel, correct, of the second impeachment versus the VP?
Correct. And that's the reason why we've weighed the pieces of evidence heavily, and we are aware of the pieces of evidence that were introduced. So, meron din yan. At sinubukan nilang gawin yan. Kung maalala mo, noong bago pa yung intervention
Yes.
ng Supreme Court, yan ang gusto nila, Alan Peter mismo, na i-dismiss yan. So, they will try that again because they cannot afford to have a trial. At galit na naman sa kanila yung taong bayan, no? And I think hindi nahihiya na itong mga senador, particular kay Alan Peter, no, the mere fact that you can quote the Bible with a straight face and use the name of the Lord in vain every single time, no, and act as if he is in your side despite the fact that you're preventing accountability. Ibig sabihin yan, talagang hindi na sila madadala sa hiya, no? Hindi na madadala sa hiya to si Alan Peter. So hopefully, kung si Alan Peter hindi madadala sa hiya, sana one or two of his colleagues madala pa sa hiya, no, madala pa sa konsensya, maalala nila na ang mandato nila to serve the public, to abide by the Constitution. At alam mo, Sesa, kung meron silang reklamo, meron silang hinaing, ang perfect na pwedeng sabihin yun is Senate floor. Kaya nga sila may parliamentary immunity. Whatever they say in that rostrum, di ba, sa Senate floor, protected yan by no less than the Constitution. So kung bakit sila hindi nag-a-attend? Alam mo kung bakit? There's only one reason. They are no longer certain that they are still the majority. Baka one or two, alam naman nila yan, na nakakausap yung mga politics nila
Baka meron ng lumipat. Yun ang
Correct.
hindi siya sigurado na hawak pa niya.
Correct. Oo, kasi imagine mo kung ano pa mas perfect na platform para sabihin na pinaghihimasukan, under attack ang Senate, 'di ba, Senate floor? Tapos wala pa silang any kind of liability
Right now, it's
whatsoever.
Facebook Live.
Yun na nga mas marami pang oras tong si Alan Peter Cayetano na mag-Facebook Live kaysa mag-articulate sa Senate floor. Last time I checked, he is a senator, he is a Senate president and not a vlogger. 'Di ba? Ngayon mukha siyang vlogger 'di ba? Bakit natin pinapasweldohan kung vlogger pala siya? Mag-rely na lang siguro siya sa income sa Facebook views, 'di ba?
Now, on to another senator. It was your complaint that the investigation group of the ombudsman took to file plunder charges against Senator Marcoleta. It was your complaint. Now, what do you think? Is he going to be the next one to be arrested? Because
So
there's
kung maalala,
already a whole departure order out from the Sandigan Bayan.
correct, Ses, 'no? Kung maalala mo kami nag-file kasi lumabas sa bibig niya, na yung sa SOSE niya hindi niya dineclare daw kasi meron siyang mga matatalik na kaibigan. So we filed a complaint, pero just to correct, 'no, yung complaint namin buhay pa. Ang dinismiss ng, COMELEC, 'no, ang dinismiss ng COMELEC is yung disqualification case, motu proprio nila. Pero yung disqualification case namin buhay pa, they haven't acted on it yet. And yung complaint ko sa ombudsman on the perjury was referred to the COMELEC for proper action. Dalawang endorsement na yan. So, meron pang dalawang kaso itong si Barcoleta na hindi pa na-dismiss from our group. Yung motu proprio investigation lang yung na-dismiss. Having said that, in the motu proprio investigation, which was triggered by this issue, kasi kami rin naman yung una nagsabi na kakasuhan namin siya, no? Doon isinumite nitong si Marcoleta nag-legal gymnastics para makatakas doon sa disqualification case, sa disqualification case, para makatakas siya, nagsumite siya ng mga dokumento saying na yung donation happened before he filed as a candidate, and therefore he cannot be disqualified because he was not yet considered as a candidate. Pero doon nga ako na medyo na shock as a lawyer, no, and na embarrassed, to tell you honestly, Says, no, with all honesty, na embarrassed ako kasi it's the lawyer who supplied the pieces of evidence that led him to plunder. Because of his desire to get out of his legal problem in terms of the disqualification, ikinanal niya yung sarili niya para doon sa plunder, because it only means na he accepted all of these donations worth 75 million, and in connection with his office, because of that is a presumption kasi nakaupo siyang congressman nung tinanggap niya yung 75 million, and as a congressman very powerful to implement and influence the outcome of policies, including tax breaks, including granting licenses and concessions, no, at iba pa. So makapangyarihan ng congressman. So ang assumption is by reason of his office, kasi congressman siya nung tinanggap niya yung 75 million. So siya ang nag-supply, para lang malinaw, siya ang nag-supply ng mga ebidensya na to,
Yes,
sworn
but
statements.
Dino, the narrative now is it's political persecution.
Okay. Says, ayokong magpanggap na politics does not have anything to do with all the filings, no? I think sa lahat, no, na prioritize talaga siya, no? Bakit? Kasi siya yung makapangyarihan na nagiging balakid sa accountability, no? So I think talagang may politics, pero hindi kasi yun yung usapin eh. Ang usapin, regardless of the politics, are the accusations true? And the accusations are true based on evidence because he himself admitted and supplied all of these things. So, for them to say, pinupolitika lang sila and all, na para ba silang biktima, that's not, it misses the point entirely. The point is, may pananagutan ka pa at kasama talaga yan sa politics. So, saying like a magic word, politika lang ito, does not excuse you from liability. In fact, dahil politika ito, dapat handa ka na harapin itong mga aligasyon na ito, lalong-lalo na mga ebidensya laban sa'yo. Yes, it may also be political, and
Yes.
we are not
Would
all
you
naive.
say, sorry to interrupt, that this is a very smart move by the ombudsman?
This is a smart and fair move by the ombudsman, and when you are the state, there is also always prioritization in the filing of charges. We would be happy if lahat ng mga, 'di ba, kriminal ma-filean. Tama naman 'yon, no? Pero kung na-prioritize siya dahil sa politics, that's beside the point. The point is, are the accusations correct and true? And it's true based on evidence he himself supplied.
But then, if there's a whole departure order, the days, we're counting the days till his arrest. Can we say that?
Pwedeng-pwede 'yon, no, kasi pag na-file na yung information, hindi naman nag-i-issue yung Sandigan Bayan ng precautionary whole departure order na walang basis, no. So in-evaluate nila yung initial pieces of evidence submitted bago sila naglabas nun. So the moment the information will be filed, yes, tingin ko pwede maka-issue yung Sandigan Bayan within the same day or even the next day the moment that information is filed based on evidence on record na siya rin naman na nag-supply. Gusto ko lang sabihin rin, Ses, dun sa issue ng precautionary hold departure order. Ang sabi kasi ni Marcoleta, Senator Marcoleta, is marami kasi talaga siyang mga kaibigan na nagmamalasakit sa kanya, na nag-donate sa kanya 75 million pesos, no? Gusto ko lang sabihin na dinamay niya yung mga kaibigan niya sa plunder, no? At saka sa whole departure order, at saka sa indirect bribery. Dahil sa kanya, kinonvince niya na mag-execute ng sworn affidavit itong mga ito admitting that they've made huge sums of donations while he is a congressman, which is tantamount to plunder, no? So ganyan kabait na kaibigan mukha, no? Ewan ko kung nadamay sila, pinagsisisihan ba nila, but definitely nadamay sila dito sa kaso ni Marcoleta through them executing these pieces of evidence linking them to the plunder case.
And lastly, you've always said that BBM is a weak president. Now, given the latest moves of the administration, has your perception changed?
Well, I am pleasantly surprised, no? With the administration, no? And syempre, kasi kung titingnan natin strictly legal, this is the Ombudsman's Act, di ba? Which is a independent constitutional body. But, he was appointed by the president. I'm pleasantly surprised with the arrest of Rodrigo Duterte, with those people going to jail. I am by the way, rooting for this president because his success is our success. In the same manner that I am rooting for the success of the Senate because that's the reason why we launched Bantay Senado. No? So I am surprised right now. I'm pleasantly surprised, and I hope that he will continue to really say, kasi sinabi niya naman that his presidency is different from that of his father.
Well, we thank you for your time, Attorney Dino De Leon.